All right, now we are being recorded and we'll go ahead and start class. So the first thing that I want you all to do is write the adjective that you are feeling today. Write the adjective in the chat of what you are feeling today. All right, happy, stressed, and pride. Do you mean proud, Aline? Prideful or proud?
Proud, it's proud.
Proud, okay, great, yeah. So why are you, first I'm gonna write in the chat of how it's spelled, and then I want you to explain why you feel proud today.
Okay. Well, I am agree with the protest for the mission of this woman,
Of these
but
women.
well, of this woman. But I am not agree with the form of the protest. I hate when the girls destroy their monuments, or on these moments. I think that it's an irresponsibility to march with the coronavirus situation. But I think that the mission of these girls are proud, are cool.
Yeah, okay, great, yeah. Feeling proud today. That's awesome, thank you. All right, so let's see, Oscar, happy, why are you feeling happy?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I because it's a sunny day and I like.
Sorry, we can't hear you. Can you say that again, please?
And I like it this kind of weather.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's great
Can
weather.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, and that's where makes me good, happy, and
it makes me feel good.
In the world, yeah, I feel good. It's a strange sensation, but I don't know. Maybe it's something about the weather, or yeah. I think that this is the main reason.
Okay, yeah, the weather definitely kind of dictates how our feelings are, right? So thank you for sharing, Oscar. All right, Jonathan, it says you're stressed. Let's share with us why you're feeling stressed, if you'd like.
Yeah, it's because this week is my last week to deliver a important work, and I have a few hours. Yeah.
Important paperwork or an important project?
Yeah, important project.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I mean, we'll take into account how you're feeling, and also, in the classroom, it's good to know how we each are feeling every day, so that way we understand where we are. So thank you for sharing, and yeah. So let's move on to our game. It's our warm-up game. So it's called positive, negative, or crazy. So what I'm gonna do, Eileen played and Oscar played last time. So let me explain to you, Jonathan, how it works. So when I choose a topic, for example, one of the topics is gonna be plants, and I'm gonna say positive, negative, or crazy. If I say negative, you have to come up with some kind of story or some kind of something that you remember in your experience of something negative with plants, something that happened negatively with plants. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to mix these up and pull a number. Oh, sorry. Before we do that, I have to assign numbers to you. So, Jonathan, you will be number 1, Aline, number 2, and Oscar, number 3. All right, so once I pull this number out.
What is the topic?
The topic is, here, I'll write it down. Topic is plants. Okay. I have number 1, Jonathan. Please tell me a crazy story or something crazy about plants.
Plants. Okay. Topic about plants. I have a history. The is a true history.
Mm-hmm.
The last weekend, I for first time I saw is seeing well
In past
past,
tense? Yeah, I
right?
saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a a, a carnivoric. How do you
Oh,
say
what is that?
carnivoric?
Carnivore.
Carnivore plant.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Carnivorous, I think
And
is what you were saying, right? Carnivorous plant.
yeah, this because the carnivoric plants. My son likes the carnivoric plants, and I have to buy a 2 plants, and it's crazy because they eat
Mm-hmm. They eat
how do you say moscas?
flies. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Flies, yeah. Flies, the movie is very slow, but they move. I how do you say impresionado?
Impressed? I'm impressed, or I was impressed.
I'm impressed about this because in the past I never saw. Yeah.
You've never seen anything. So these plants are very impressive because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you've never seen anything like them, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is my story.
That's awesome. No, that's a great story. Yeah, it's interesting to watch them, like how they like capture the fly outside the mouth. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's see. Number 3, Oscar. Something positive about plants.
Maybe positive that I prefer to consume plants.
Okay,
Or
yeah.
not really consume it. Medication. I prefer herbal medication or with plants than pill or other kind of medicaments. Yeah,
Medical,
that
yeah.
maybe it is good.
Or medicines, natural
Sorry,
medicines.
medicines. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
than other. Yeah, and this
Other
is
types.
something really good. Benefits, right? And I don't know, maybe some people or new generation, we are lost this knowledge about some plants, about the some benefits that produce or give us some plants in
Mm.
our earth or in our territory or something like that. That it's
So
something positive for me.
nice, very good. We have lost the knowledge of knowing what types of plants. So we have lost them. I'm just helping you on the correction on the, yeah, we have lost the knowledge. All right. So
Yeah.
thank you, Oscar. Next topic, that way we move it along. And this will be Aline. Something negative about books.
Books. Okay. I don't have much time to read. Sometimes I start the book, but I didn't finish. Or I don't finish the book. And it's my mission this year to finish five books.
Definitely.
I think that
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Like not having enough time to read books is definitely a negative thing.
yeah. But I think that one book could be in English.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you. Jonathan, something let's actually move to something positive about video games.
Video games. I like video games, but when I was a kid, my parents don't change. Don't change. Change is chance. Don't change.
Chance
Chance. Yeah,
is the
it's
same,
French.
yeah.
It's chance. Yeah. Don't chance to play. And today,
You
I
didn't
don't
have a chance.
like.
I didn't have a chance to play. Is that what you
Yeah.
mean? Okay.
And actually, I don't like the video games because in the past I didn't chance me
I didn't have the
for
chance.
play to
Mhm.
play to play.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
didn't grow up with video games, so then that's why you're not really into video games, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is my history.
But what do you think is what I told you positive, right? Okay. So what is one positive thing then from the situation that you don't?
Um, eh, Positive is today I haven't to pay with video games.
I don't. Yeah. Today
Yeah,
I don't play with video games. Uh-huh.
yeah. And I today I can save it money. Maybe is the
Uh-huh.
positive.
I save money by not playing video games.
Yeah,
That's true. There is a lot
this
of
is
money
positive.
that goes into video games. Very true.
Yeah.
All right. Something crazy about technology, Oscar.
Something crazy?
Yeah, about technology.
Not really. Yeah, maybe it's mm, for me it's something that the intelligence artificial, it's something that maybe it's revolutionary over context and behavior, and this is for me crazy or amazing or something awful, that when you call or I don't know, maybe talk in
Mm-hmm.
and face or Facebook or other applications that are active. I don't know, maybe say that I want new television, and in a few minutes in Facebook appear some advices about television,
Advertisements.
or I don't know, advertisements. Yeah, advertisement about television or other stuff that I say maybe it's something that if they are reading my mind,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's something. It's part of the technology, and it's nice.
It's nice or it's strange.
And yeah, it's nice. It's strange. You maybe sometimes you're not uncomfortable because I don't know. Maybe they are look more than maybe I want to
Hmm.
know about my life. But it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
no,
this is part of the technology.
right. They follow this certain algorithm in order to get to either one, they're listening, or two, they get to this algorithm and know exactly what you're going to be looking for in this moment in time.
Yeah, it's
It's
something
very strange.
like big bro.
Can you say that again, please?
It's something like Big Brother or something that someone see us.
Wait, okay. I keep losing you. So something like Big Brother, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's in England. It's part of the concept that cameras
Oh,
and something in everywhere and watch the all the people that what do it, and
what are they doing?
yeah, they are watching everything and know everything.
Wow.
It's a part memory. Yeah, yeah, it's okay, but I lost maybe the topic.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a pretty crazy thing in technology is that people, I will say that that sounds like a pretty crazy thing. And I agree. It's very interesting that we are being listened to or watched or whatever it is. And sometimes none of us are aware of it. So it's good to talk about it. And all right. So I want us all to look at this photo. Aline, I think you'll like this one. I mean, everybody will, but as far as like, there's no vandalization going on. It's just this wall was dedicated specifically for women to be able to dedicate it to other women. So how do we feel when we see this photo?
Homenaje. I don't know the word of homenaje.
Feminists? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a tribute. It's a tribute, no? It's like tribute.
Tribute. Yes, it's a wall of tribute of the died woman.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
For me, it's so proud and honorable, or honorable. I don't know.
Honorable? Okay. Yeah.
Honorable, and all the pics that I have seen in these days for me are amazing. I think that there are some that you can feel and maybe cry or smile of the different meanings that you have. It's so personal of the different people, but I think it's honorable,
Right.
this
Yeah.
picture.
And thank you. Thanks for sharing. Jonathan or Oscar, how do you feel about this photo?
For me, the word is sadness.
What is it?
Because sadness
Oh,
is like
sadness.
tristeza.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because it's a very strong problem in Mexico.
Mm.
Yeah, in the last years. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, in my case, I agree with partners in terror that is happening in our.
Mm-hmm. We're losing you again, Oscar. What was that?
Sorry. Yeah, and this is something that we can observe the names and the problem, but
it's still very hard to hear what you're saying.
Okay, no, if it's better, can you hear me well?
That's a little better. Yeah, I can hear you now.
No.
Oh no.
Out again.
Okay.
Oh,
okay, I hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's something terrible. And maybe it's this reflect the problem in Mexico. The side of the government can see.
It's chopped up on what you're saying. It's chopped up what you're saying. What I think I heard was that it's been a problem for many years in Mexico.
Yeah, but this, can you hear me better?
Yeah.
This is the reality. In this case, I can see the names and the problem. Side of the government, they can see the names and they can't see the problem, or maybe they don't want to see this problem. And the other side, it's that they can see the names and nothing. The other side of the wall, maybe the president check, he saw a wall, but in the other side we can saw the problem. This is something that reflects the reality in Mexico, I think, because the government, I don't know if they don't want or they can't to resolve this problem in our country, and this affect us to all the nation.
So you're saying it's like a symbol, right? Like one side has all the problems and on the other side they can't see anything, or they're choosing to ignore it.
Yeah, but this is a symbolic action. It's really great.
Yeah, I like that that it's symbolic, that you compared it to like the side where they don't see anything to all the outside, the rest of Mexico, that they are not seeing all the names and everything of what's going on. Thank you. Thanks for sharing, everyone. So let's go ahead and look at these definitions before we read an article, because these are going to be within the article, and then we will go ahead and read it. So, all right. So the first one is, I'm going to have Aline, Jonathan, and Oscar read. So it'll be in the same order after we finish 3. Go on and on the same order.
Okay. Observance. The action of practice. Can you make zoom at the screen, please?
Do you want me to zoom in?
Please.
Of course. Let me, is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Observance. Observance. The action of practice of following of respecting the requirements of law, morally or ritual.
The requirements of law.
Requirements of law.
Right.
Strict observance of rules.
Yes. So that's the example. Thank you.
Impetus,
Uh-huh.
the force or energy with which a body moves. The example is hit the booster coil before the flywheel loses all its impetus.
Impetus. Uh-huh. Great. Oscar. Yeah, garment, an item of clothing. All right. Counterpart. Aline, starts with you again.
Counterpart. Counterpart. Part. A person or thing holding a position or performing a function that corresponds to that of another person or thing in another place.
So,
The Mr. held talks with the French counterpart.
yeah, the minister held talks with the French counterpart.
Minister held talks with the French.
Yes, perfect. All right. Echelon.
Echelon, a level or rank in an organization, a profession, or a society. The offer, yes, is correct. Offer.
Yeah.
Okay. The offer is.
Sorry. Are you saying? Can you repeat that again, Jonathan? I thought I heard you say P instead of F.
The offer.
Upper. Mm-hmm. The P. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The upper echelons of the business world.
All right. Oscar.
Spearhead. Past tense, spearheaded. Okay. Leads spearheading a campaign, the number of accidents at work.
All right. Let's continue.
Advocate. Publicly.
Publicly. Sorry.
Publicly recommend of support.
Recommend or support. Mm-hmm.
Suffrage.
Suffrage.
Suffrage. The right to vote in political elections.
Oscar.
Orador. A speaker, especially one orador.
I see. You read orator. Let's see. Aline, can you read renowned, please?
Renowned. Known of talk about by many people things.
Famous. Mm-hmm. So the example is A restaurant.
A restaurant renowned of for its southwestern style food.
Yum. All right. Jonathan.
Crucial,
Crucial. Uh-huh.
crucial, and decisive or critical, especially in the success. Sorry,
Decisive.
decisive, or critical, especially in the success or failure
Failure.
of something. The example is a negotiation were at crucial stage.
Yeah. All right. Commemoration.
Yeah. Commemoration, remembrance, typically expressed in a ceremony, solemn ceremonies of commemoration.
Okay. Breadline. Noun, breadline. Plural noun, breadliners. Noun, breadline. Plural noun, breadliners.
Bread lines. Lines.
Breadlines. Not American. A line of people waiting to receive free food.
Yeah. All right. Let me skip this down.
Autocracy,
Autocracy.
okay. A system of government by one person with absolute power.
Mm-hmm. All right. Last one.
Abdicate of a monarch renounce one's throne. In 1980, Kaiser Wilhelm abdicated as German,
1918. Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, 1918, yeah,
Mhm.
and 1918, Kaiser
Kaiser.
Kaiser Wilhelm abdicated as German emperor.
All right. Any questions? No? All right. Self-explanatory, right?
Only maybe in
Mhm.
the
Which one, Oscar?
understand the word garment. I read in that word, but I don't understand. The word is garment, something about clothes.
It's just an item of clothing. So it could be pretty much any type of clothing. Yeah.
Okay.
So see, it's a windproof outer garment. It's just really just any piece of clothing. It's not really used today, and that's the thing why I put it in here in the definitions, so that we understand what they're talking about when they say garment.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? No? All right, let's go ahead
No.
and move on. So new share. Oh. There it is. All right, so here is exit this. An article from the Times. And before we actually start reading, if you need a few minutes to get anything you need, go to the restroom, right now would be the time. So I'm giving you a few minutes, and I'll see you at 7:23.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Come on, Aline. Oscar, keep your stretch out back there. Jonathan, yeah, stretch out if you'd like. Let's keep the mood going. Just want to get the blood flowing. Ready to read. All right. I hope you enjoyed that and got the blood flowing a little bit. Let's go ahead and read this. All right. Let's go ahead and change the rotation. So what we'll do is start with Oscar, Jonathan, and then Aline. And then it'll continue as we go into each paragraph. All right? So this is the title, The Radical Reason Why March 8 is International Women's Day. All right. So let's go ahead and start this, Oscar.
Okay.
As
On the World Women's Day, as people around the world
we keep losing you. Oscar?
From his stand to Cambodia, officially honor an achievement across the political and cultural sphere has been the official United Nations since 19, which was International Women's Year, and it's national and arts, but the date's origins go much further than 1975 and are more radical than what we might expect from a day so widely celebrated. Centering a socialist move of the early 20th century, here's more of the history of how International Women's Day really.
Awesome. Thank you, Oscar. It's really difficult to hear you. So I hope that maybe you can move in a spot where there's less lag or where we can hear you. But if not, then what we'll do is Aline and Jonathan will read along, look at it and make sure that we are reading it and following it from whatever parts you hear. But just read along with him. That way we can get the information. Okay? All right, so Jonathan.
How did International Women's Day start.
Start.
The impetus for establishing an International Women's Day can be traced back to New York City, February 1908, when
1908, yeah.
Yeah, when thousands of women who were garment workers went on strike and marched through the city to protest against their working conditions. Like today, these women were in less organized workplace than their male counterparts, were in the lower echelons of the garment industry, and were working at low wages,
yeah,
and expecting sexual arrangements. Say Eileen Boris, a professor of feminist studies at the University of California, Santa Barbara.
So when
continue.
Yeah, you can do this small paragraph after. So when they say working at low wages, they mean like working at lower cost or like lower pay for women versus the men during that time.
Okay. In honor of the anniversary of those strikes, which were ongoing for more than a year, a National Women's Day was celebrated for the first time in the US on February 28, 1909, spearheaded by the Socialist Party of America, led by German
campaigner, yeah,
and socialist Clara Zetkin. The idea to turn the day into an international movement advocating universal suffrage was established at the International Conference of Working Women in 1910. Zetkin was renowned as a passionate orator and advocate for working women's rights, and her efforts were crucial to the day's recognition throughout much of Europe in the Europe in the early 1910s.
Okay, thank you.
The most consequential International Women's Day protest. Although International Women's Day had started with action from the women's labor movement in the USA, it took on a rowdy revolutionary front in Russia in 1917. Just as Zetkin's idea was spreading through Europe, Russia where International Day, Women's Day was established in 1930. Was facing unrest for other reasons too.
Facing? Was facing?
Was facing unrest for other reasons too. It was against the backdrop of a country exhausted by war. While desperate food, short and scarcely popular protests that the nation's 1917 International Women's Day demonstration was held on February 23
23rd.
23 of that year. The equivalence of March 8 in a Russian calendar, indicating the significance of the date of the commemoration today. Though,
Yeah, go ahead and read that.
okay, though it was Russian First International Day, historian and activist Roger Rothschild of Harvard's Denny Center of Russian and
Eurasian?
Eurasian Studies points to the difference between earlier protests and this demonstration, which took place in then capital Petrograd and involves thousands. Women were mostly the ones on the red line and were the core protests, she said. In fact, male revolutionaries like Leon Trotsky were upset and then, as disobedient disobedient and misbehaving women were going on this International Women's Day. When there
they were
meant to wait until May. Refer to annual workers' protest on May 1. Referring to the annual workers' protest on May 1st.
All right. Let's go ahead and have Oscar read these two paragraphs.
Yeah. I hope that you can hear me better.
It sounds
Despite the
better.
initial okay. Despite the initial directives from revolutionary leaders, the protests that began on March 8 grew up daily mass strikes of workers from all sectors.
So this is past tense,
grew today from all sectors, demanding bread, better rights, and the end to autocracy. A week later, the Tsar abdicated, signaling the downfall of the Russian Empire and paving the way for dreams and the formation of the Soviet Union. Do you that this demonstration this was probably the most consequential of any International Women's Day demonstrations of any time.
All right. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, suffrage and International Women's Day. Russians women's demanded and gained the right to the right to vote in 1917 as a direct consequence of the March protest. And after more than 40,000 women and men again took to the streets demanding universal suffrage. This made Russia the first major power to enact suffrage legislation for women, a year earlier than Britain and 3 years earlier than the United States. In fact,
Suffragettes.
Yeah, in the UK and their counterparts in the US, both looked to Russia as an example and held what they saw as the country's progress and liberation of women up as a mirror to their own governments, warning that they were lagging behind.
Lagging, yeah. So they were a little behind. Lagging.
Lagging behind.
Yeah, and who would have known? I mean, not that I don't see Russia as like this great country, but who would have known that Russia had started like such a trend for the other countries? All right.
Yeah. Women movements, be it suffrage and labor rights, have always had an international connection. Say Boris, British says Boris, British
Suffragette.
Yeah, suffrage
Jet. Suffragette. Mm-hmm.
Too difficult. Emily Pankhurst, visiting Russia in June 1917, and the creation of the Women International League for Peace and Freedom during the World War are examples for this early
This is
20.
Sorry.
This is World War One. World War One.
Okay. Yeah. World War One are examples, yeah, of these early 20th century global links.
20th century. Yeah. So this was all happening during that time. So World War One is when it started. So suffragettes are women who are fighting for their right to vote and their right in society. All right, continue, please. Who's next, Ali? Okay.
However, the celebration of International Women's Day itself did not hold as much weight in US through the 20th century as it did in other countries, largely due to its political association with the Soviet Union and socialism.
Socialism.
Aimed increasing Cold War tensions. The fact that an official UN Day observed was only established in 1975 underlines the points may go some way to explaining why the days still isn't as widely recognized in the USA today as it is elsewhere too. So it is no coincidence to the march in the National Women's History History Month. I think it is very interesting that all over the world people observe this date that actually originate in US, says Ruth, Rothschild,
With child.
Rothschild, but the US don't observe it to go same way.
All right. So now that we've read a little bit about where the history of International Women's Day comes from, I want to have some questions. I have some questions ready for you to start a discussion before we end this class. So what does International Women's Day mean to you individually? And who's ever ready to start, please go ahead and start talking. And Jonathan and Oscar, please don't be afraid to join in conversation with Aline, because this is what it's for, is to create discussion and keep it going.
Okay. For me, it's a way to reflect all the things that we have in this life, admire and recognize
Mm-hmm.
the labor of the woman in the work, the protest along the work, as long the time.
Allowing, say that again, please.
The labor during the time, during the time.
During the time, labor during the time.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay, during the time, and all the how do you say batallas?
All the what? Say that again.
How do you say batallas?
Batallas, the struggles, all the struggles.
All the struggles that the woman's grow up or super
That all the
win or
oh,
want.
I see what you're saying. So all the obstacles and challenges that women have gone through are now successful, like they no longer have to suffer as much, or they yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So it's becoming it's making a difference now in the world and shining a light, or making it known that women are fighting for their rights.
Yes. And today I see that a lot of people else see this day with sadness, but I think that it's a proof or value or powerful or
Mm-hmm.
or enthusiastic to live and to be listened for the other people. It is not about governments, it's about our the community or culture, and it's a little day with our values or yes, values.
Yeah,
I
powerful. Yeah.
for me this is the meaning of this day.
That's great. Thank you. Who else wants to add to that? What does this day mean to you?
For me, I would like to agree that is talking about the how throughout the seasons change the
Certain
change
decisions.
the
Mm-hmm.
the situations, but it's the same problem. Alert the seasons, and how the women struggle with um, with this problem, and how the other thing of the other participants in the landscape can can help to don't transmit the problem to other how you say generaciones.
To other generations.
Generations, yeah. But the problem is the same through the seasons.
What do you mean by
I agree.
seasons? When you say seasons, you mean like years for many years.
Through the years, yeah.
And so this International Women's Day is to help also guide the new generation to keep that change going, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Very good. Oscar.
Yeah, I am. I agree, and I think that this mean a commemoration day, and maybe it's necessary to to know, and I don't know how, but it's to recognize all or maybe try to do it visible, the all this disadvantage that suffer women, or in this case in the education system, in the maybe in the all the system, and it's something good, or I can notice that something like Leon Trotsky and maybe other men in long as in the history who support the movement. And this is other part. I don't know. Maybe it's nice, but and it's the day of the women. But maybe it's important that visualize that men, we can support these kind of movements, and it's important to be union. But of course, the main and the most important in this day, and maybe in maybe in the life, it's the rights and the security and all the things about the women's. This is the most important. But we have many things to do nowadays, because we have the same problems maybe that 100 years ago in some parts of the world, not with harassment, violence, and murder, uh, and education, many things that suffer the girls. I think
That women
that some
suffer.
countries are, yeah, that women suffer. Thank you. I think that some countries are better than other, but or
We lost you on that
woman,
last
it
part.
doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. There are extremes, right? Is what you're saying, in different countries where you have some that are already taking those extra steps on educating and making a difference, versus other countries that are like, I'm trying to think, probably Persia, which it's not called Persia anymore, Iran. But you have those countries where they're very extreme. You have ones who really don't understand the respecting of women, or they still have a long way to go, where other countries are already stepping up. But the fact that with the whole thing in Latin America, right? That's what is here. Let me give you another question. So, what does it mean to be a woman in your culture and country? Like, what has happened recently? What does it mean with culture and country?
Okay. I think that in Mexico it's a bad situation. There are a lot of violent focus on in the woman.
And there's a lot. Say that again, Aline, please.
There are a lot of
There's a lot of violence
violence in
toward women.
contra
Okay.
for women,
Toward
for women, and I think this is the reason for the form of the protest of the feminists, because they want to be low heard
heard. Heard is good.
heard 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 and win between uh, win than ah, quieren ganar frente a los hombres in front of
Yes.
the man in front of the man, because in Mexico the man is so glorified or
Glorified.
glorified,
Mm-hmm.
and the woman is seen it, the woman are seen like other persons without values. I know that not all women thinks in this way, but a big part of the republic have a slow or bad education about the convivent of the woman and our values. I,
Yes. The values. And the education to teach and to it's really comes down to education and knowing that you matter and the values.
yes, that's all I think.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Sometimes I feel me so nervous when I speak in English and I forgot the words. But when I finish to talk my idea, all the words are in my mind again, and
Mm-hmm.
it's frustrated for me.
No, and it's totally normal, Aline. And if you need to take your time and to like figure it out, that's what we're here for. You know, just this is that room for you to practice and to be able to feel as comfortable to figure it out through saying it in Spanish and then English. Then we're here for it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Oscar, I saw that you unmuted yourself.
Woman
What was that?
that I saw in Mexico or in my behavior. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you now. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, the women the women born with pressure. I noticed with my mother, with my sister, that all the times have a pressure that she will be married, have a man that protect, and many other things that maybe the men's we don't have. Not this is I
Women are
think that is
oppressed.
and the culture macho man. No,
Uh-huh. I see what you're saying.
yeah, yeah. In Mexico, we have the culture.
Machismo?
The we are macho.
Sí. I mean, yes. This is English class.
Yeah. Yeah, this is in the, and maybe not only. I think that some women they support the machism,
Uh-huh.
and
I'm not even sure if
and this
there's
is
a word for it in
the
English,
other.
but I mean, I'm not even sure if there's a word for it in English. I mean, you could say macho man, but like, I feel like machismo is like a hard word to translate in a sense. I I think you could still use it if you're using it in the context of that.
Okay. Yeah, this is the others. It's part of the same now. That if the girl or the women, I don't know, maybe if a man hit or something like that, or suffer some abusive
Abuse.
her feelings, emotional or body. The responsibility, it's part of the girl in our country. Say, it's your, you you are part of the problem, and maybe this is other problem that we have to resolve. That I don't know that that we need to support more to the women in the with the officials
We
or
need to support women more.
in the older system.
Uh-huh.
Support women more. Yeah, in the school I remember that a friend of mine, they try to I don't know to with the teacher that they harassment her, but some people say not, but she were
They harass. Uh-huh.
very, yeah, he harassment her.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, yeah, but all the society say no, the teacher is, it's okay, he he didn't have all the form or something like that.
Mm.
Try to use the attitude of men is a problem that we need to are.
So the blaming, so when something like this happens, it's the blaming goes on to the other person, right? Is that what you're implying?
Yeah,
I see. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
Thank you, blaming.
um, these are all our opinions. Nothing's concrete, and I'm not here to persuade anyone. I'm here to just add discussions and create knowledge for everyone here. So, um, anything else you all would like to add, Jonathan?
No, no, no more.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what can we take away if there's nothing you'd like to add? So what can we take away from this conversation, and what are some things that we can do to help or educate?
Is question?
I'm sorry?
It's a question.
Yeah. So what are some takeaways that we had from today, and like what are some things that we can do to educate?
I don't understand.
Okay, no worries, Eileen. So what is something that we took away from today's conversation, and
Okay.
what are some things that we can do to help and educate people about
Okay.
International Women's Day.
Okay. A difficult question. um, I think that when you love yourself, you can explain this love out to other people and make the people respect your ideas, your form of or your clothing, your form of to explain. And for me, the best thing to educate the other people is with the examples. And if you put the example to would like to be tratada, well, could to be
To give them, to show them your point of view,
uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
like what you see, what you've gone through, your experiences.
If I show you where how want to be
Treated.
tratada, treated, you treated me the same way.
You treat me the same way. Uh-huh.
Treat me the same way. For me, the best option to education is the example.
Be the example. Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This
Jonathan?
was really
What was that, Oscar?
not what's good to read the article, because I think too that USA was to promote the day of International Day of Women, but not really. Russia was the country that contribute in effective way to this day or this movement. It was something a good for me. In my case, it's a knowledge that I don't have. I didn't have.
So you learned something new today.
Yeah.
That's great. And Jonathan?
Yeah, for me, the idea is empathy. Empathy for all women's and men's.
So sorry, just a quick note. So when we say women with an E, that's more than one woman. So women and men are plural, which means that there's more than one. Mm-hmm.
Women is the word. It's all women. Women. Yeah.
Yes.
Empathy for all women and struggle with hers and yeah,
their struggles. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. And so, what is something that you feel that could be helpful to contribute to educate or?
Yeah.
Oh, empathy. Okay. Great. Yeah. No, everybody's had wonderful opinions. And again, this is just to advocate, discussions and what's going on in the world today. And so in no means this is to persuade you in any sense, but just to educate and be up to date on what's happening in the world. I appreciate everyone's opinions and comments and inputs. And if you have any feedback from me, I would love to hear it before we head out of here.
Thank you. And happy day.
Thank you.
Happy night.
And happy day
Yeah.
for
Happy night,
you.
yeah. Happy
Your
night.
activities are so funny. Thank you.
I'm sorry, can you say that again, Aline?
Your activities are so helpful and funny. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, are interesting. The topic was I appreciate a lot. Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. Yeah, the activities can we can in a person in personal um, I can think in English and talking. Yeah,
You can, sorry, Jonathan, say that again, please.
I can with these activities I can think in English and speak in English, but before these classes, I can't
I wasn't able
think.
to. Mhm.
Yeah, I can think in English. Always I think in Spanish and I translate to English, and it's difficult. But for these activities, I can I can get more fluency. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. And I'm really excited to be here every Monday with you all. And I'm very happy to hear the enthusiasm in all of you. And so I look forward to working and seeing with you, or seeing you actually in 2 weeks, right? Because of we do have a holiday next weekend. But thank you for all your hard work, and I will see you soon.
See you
See you.
soon.
Take care.
Thank you.
Enjoy your
See you.
holiday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.